So could you introduce yourself first?
Um, in English or in
Yeah, and
Japanese?
you can start with Japanese if you want to try.
Okay,こんにちは。私はメラニー、25歳です。スペインから入学来た留学生です。専攻は日本語でラガーディア大学の2年生です。あん、今学期は卒業すると思っています。
そうですか。
です。
よろしくお願いします。So do you mind like saying that in English to those who don't understand?
Mm, Hello, my name is Melany and I'm 25 years old. I'm an international student from Spain and my major is Japanese and I'm a second year student at LaGuardia University and I'm hoping to graduate this semester.
You are graduating, right? Like
Yeah.
hopefully you're not hoping like you're graduating. I always start with the interview with this question. So did you why were you interested in Japanese? Why did you just decide to start studying Japanese?
Mm. I've always been, since a kid, I've always been interested in anime that I would see on TV and then on manga and games, Japanese games. Um, and I started reading manga and that got me interested in learning Japanese so I could read it in the original language.
So did you start reading manga in Spanish or
Yeah, originally I started in Spanish and then I saw that they were more available in English and I thought, oh, okay, then I should learn English. And I started learning English as I read. And then I thought, well, there's more in Japanese, of course, and I wanted to learn the original language.
so it's really like a manga helped you guys like learn languages. That's amazing.
Mm.
What's your favorite? What was your
Manga,
favorite and what's your favorite now? Yeah.
it has changed a lot. I would say now it's probably Tokyo Ghoul.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm.
What was your previous favorite?
It was a shoujo manga,
Hmm.
Lovely Complex, it was
Yeah,
called.
yeah. Um, Not Fruits Basket.
No, I read it, but I preferred more
More
Lovely
like
Complex.
lovely. Yeah, I see. I
It was
see.
like more everyday, normal people.
Hmm. Got it. Okay, cool. The next question is, what is your highlight? Like, so you're graduating now, and then thinking about your experience past 2 years, what was the highlight as a Japanese option student?
I think for me the highlight were the professors specifically. The professors I had, I think I've had three professors for Japanese specifically, and they were always very caring professors. They really wanted you to learn the language, and I saw that they put a lot of work into what they taught and how they did it.
So, uh, did you find anything else like uh, did you interact with other people in the class or like people to help you to study Japanese or
I also went to tutoring, uh, and for the what do you call it? The language lab, is it called?
Mhm.
And you can easily schedule tutoring for Japanese. There's different people. There's more than two people, I think, or more. And yeah, I think it was very helpful because often I would do like one-on-one tutoring. So it would help me a lot to clarify doubts and to just talk with someone in the language.
So so we usually have a two different kind of tutors. Like one is the native speakers
Hmm.
and we also hire someone who actually studied Japanese as second language. Which one did you like better? Like, did you like to talk to native speakers? Because sometimes people have a mixed feedback about it.
I think I like both for different reasons. I think native speaker, like obviously for talking, and sometimes it's better to just hear a person like speaking Japanese the whole time and like a native would. And so like that's a way to for you to understand and like grasp everything. And for tutors that are not native speakers, I think they offer like the perspective of someone who also learned and is learning. So for them it's easier to understand like your doubts or to explain to you different aspects of the language.
So you like both.
Mm,
I'm glad because sometimes like people say I don't know why we have native speakers because they we don't understand what they're saying or but I'm glad that you found the benefits in both ways. So my next question is so I just asked the highlight and I want to ask the challenges. So what was the biggest challenge while you study Japanese or in general like your experience at LaGuardia?
um, so for me, one of the things is that I'm an F1 student, I'm an international student. So there's a lot of scholarships and opportunities that I'm not eligible for. So that would be very difficult sometimes to see something that I would be like, oh my God, that's very interesting. I want to do that, or that would be good for me, but I'm not eligible to do it. So I couldn't do it, I
So,
think.
so how often did it happen? Like, I know that this people say like everything is perfect, it's for me, but at the very end says like only people who are either green card or citizens. Like, did it happen a lot to you or?
Yeah, I would say it happened a lot. I remember specifically the study abroad
Mm,
opportunity. So they have scholarships for you to be able to do that. So you don't have to pay out of pocket. But I was not eligible for, I don't think, any of those things.
right, right,
Mm.
right. They're talking about the Gilliman scholarship,
Mm.
and yeah, we are we heard about that before.
Hmm.
Um, um, so you just said that you're F1 student, international student, and did you find anything like other either like a do you think your experience is different from people who are like more domestic students, like who are not F1 students? Like what kind of differences did you find?
Mm.
What did you think?
So the first one is financially, like obviously
Mm,
you pay out of state tuition and it's a lot more than than state tuition. And you also don't get much help financially to pay for that. Um, and another thing is the process of applying to be admitted or to transfer. There's a lot more documentation and that you have to request and send and official documents from your country and other things like that.
mm. Where did you find support at LaGuardia? Did anyone help you, or you had to pretty much figure out by yourself? Or
Um, I would go sometimes to the international student office to get help with documents specifically. But most of the time I figured things out on my own. Because
mm,
since the beginning, since I applied to LaGuardia, that's how I've been doing it.
mm,
Just I think most people I think get like someone that knows about this and they pay them to do that. But I was like, I don't
right,
really have much
right,
money.
right. So you just did a good like Google search or like a website, or
Mm.
that's
And
cheap.
I saw that recently and someone created an international student club at LaGuardia
Mm,
and I joined like the WhatsApp group and they are discussing um because they also felt like this, a little bit
Mm,
lost at the
mm.
beginning. So they want to help other students that come in to LaGuardia so they don't feel so lost.
That's
Mm.
nice. That's nice. You're kind of sharing now your experience.
Mm.
That's cool. That's cool. So yeah, so and you just said that you're graduating. Where are you heading to?
To San Francisco State University in California. Mm.
So it's very far.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
think it's probably the farthest. No, actually not, because some people went to Temple. So maybe second
Mm.
Temple, Japan. So second farthest place to go. So yeah, how? So yeah, why? Why do you think
Um,
that?
so for me, it's because my boyfriend lives in San Francisco. So yeah, and we want to like move in together. Mm. And I saw that they had like various, like more than three, a lot of schools that had the Japanese major. And I did some research and I applied to San Francisco State and San Jose State. And I got into San Francisco State. Mm.
So how was that experience? Because we often assume that students go to CUNY, and
Mm.
we sort of like frame our conversation with that assumptions. And I feel like we don't give enough support for someone who are interested going outside. Like, is that what you experienced, or um, but what was like your
Mm.
experience like to go outside of CUNY?
Yeah, I feel I definitely felt something similar to that when I did, for example, research on LaGuardia's page or other like CUNY general page about transferring, and like most information is focused on CUNY transfer. So it will be at the beginning I was very uncertain. I thought that maybe I should transfer to CUNY and forget about this. Especially because I was concerned about the credit transfer. Um, because the systems are very different. I know that the CUNY and Call State, I think it's called in California. So I was very concerned about that. But I did research and I talked to the people at San Francisco State, and they said that they would transfer like all my credits.
Mm,
Mm.
that's good. Congratulations. So how did it start? Like, where did you start with? Like, did you start with? Did you find like someone who you can talk to, or did you research from the website? Or what was the process like from the beginning to now?
I, well, first of all, I researched what schools offered a Japanese major in San Francisco, and I also researched the tuition
Mm.
for them, the out-of-state tuition. And then I went into researching the major and seeing the subjects that they offered and seeing if they are similar to what we have and if I'm interested in the subjects that they have. And so I would research their page and then I emailed the International Student Office at
Mm.
San Francisco and I got in contact with them and talked with them through the process. And every time I had like a question, I would ask them.
It's interesting because your point person is the International Student Office
Hmm.
rather than admissions office because of your status. That's very interesting. So that might be a little bit different.
Mm. Yeah, because
I don't know if it's good or not, but it probably was different from others. Yeah.
I, well, I did talk with the admissions office as well, but sometimes they don't know about international students process, so they would refer you back to the international student
Oh,
office.
I see. So it's more like more in addition to regular process, you have to talk to them as well.
Mm. Mm.
Oh, that was tough. So did you do anything to apply? Like, you didn't need to take tests, right? Because you're graduating, like, so they usually don't
Mm.
require a test. Like, did you have to apply using like create an account?
Yeah, I applied through I forgot the name, but it's the website that you apply to most colleges in the US.
Oh yes, what is that? Yeah, I should know too. There are two. Yeah, there.
But then,
Come on up. Come on up.
yeah, coming up, and then you have to do the call state application. It's like the website specifically, and basically you reply to like a questionnaire, and you submit all your documents through it, and yeah, you when you submit it, and you have to pay also. Well, for me, very uncommonly, I didn't have to pay as an F1 student, so that was very surprising for me. But yeah, you usually have to pay. And then yeah,
Wow. So
you and also requesting the official transcripts from LaGuardia or
mhm.
the schools you went to.
So
Mm.
you have to start with the common app, and then
Mm.
you have to make another one in their
Mm.
system. So it's a lot of process. It's a lot. Yeah, multiple layers. Wow. How did you feel like when you heard about the acceptance? Did you get an
Uh,
email? How did you know?
yeah,
Did
I
they
got an email
email?
from them.
Oh, oh,
Hmm. Yeah, I was very happy because I've been trying um to move with my boyfriend for a while. So yeah, I'm very happy about it. Hmm.
that's good. Congratulations. And um so I think next one is my last question. So I always end with this question. If you have any advice to students who are interested studying Japanese, maybe in a similar situation as yours, or maybe not, like in
Mm.
general, what kind of advice do you give?
Um, I would say definitely take advantage of tutoring. I feel like I should have gone more, definitely. Um, because sometimes you like mindlessly do the assignment and you don't really comprehend or like process what you're doing. And having someone that you can like talk to in most cases one-on-one, and they can like directly answer your questions is definitely it definitely helps a lot.
Okay. Anything else? Good.
Um, just keep at it, I guess, because sometimes it gets very hard. And you might feel like giving up or maybe have second thoughts that maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But if you're really passionate about it, I think you should continue and keep at it because it gives you a lot of satisfaction.
So thank you so much. So I'm
Thank you.
going to finish the recording now.